Hello and welcome to a new video here on my channel, here at commaik. In today's video, which focuses on the slope stabilization project as we turn to gabions, we are now in the 6th part. I would like to start installing my stones now. They were delivered today. In total, 25.5 tons for now. The stones are now being placed in one by one into the baskets. The gabions are installed. What to consider? To truly grasp the insights and knowledge you seek, it's crucial to focus on the details presented here. Make sure to stay engaged and attentive throughout the entire discussion, as important information will be revealed soon. Don't miss out on the opportunity to learn and understand more. As you can see, quite a bit has happened since the delivery of the stones. It happened. I have already filled the first baskets. Before I go into that, if we want to go into detail, a quick yet more comprehensive pan over the stones. They are a bit more detailed. This involves granite stones. I have a quarry nearby, about 30 kilometers away. A large quarry, a granite quarry. There I received a good offer. These stones here are in the dimensions 80 x 125 meters. I think this is a very nice size, because the stones can be easily placed into the baskets. You can just throw them in if necessary, and for those who want it to be a bit more precise, once can the stones at least, definitely sort neatly at the front. The delivery was made with a large truck with articulated trailer. Overall, you can see here and above in the driveway the total number of stones. I have now received just under 25 tons, and I hope that I can fill all the baskets with it. Filling is not that difficult, really. For those building a straight wall, meaning exactly in a line, it is advisable to attach large formwork boards to the front. This way, when the stones are thrown in, the baskets do not bulge. In my case it works, but no sense, because you can already see it back there. My gabion wall has a curvature. It goes around the corner, and there are no formwork boards that work there. I right now have my baskets, which I had assembled earlier, opened up piece by piece, gradually and carefully, and meticulously examined each component in detail. Already filled. Basically, I start by placing the spaces. As you can see here, 4 pieces are planned per basket, as planned. I position these so that I can access them from below and the sides, or perhaps even more so. I will take the measurement of 30 centimeters for the top and the sides. That means 1, 2, 3, 4. Here in the middle I have 40 centimeters. Over here, it is approximately 40 centimeters. In my experience, it really holds up very well. At the moment, the spacers are still relatively loose. This is now tightening up. A little, but not really much. Here you can see it a bit better. I'll walk around with the camera, then you can see that there is even a small gap here. Once the stones are installed, the baskets bulge outwards and inwards. I will just start by throwing a few more stones into each basket. Positioned specifically and precisely in the rear area, in the back area. With my height, I just managed to reach over the edge. Here at the top, I bend downwards. There, I sort the stones at the front, individually adjusted. Everything that is behind the attached or the sorted front is simply filled in. Over here you can see what the whole area looks like when finished. The stones are arranged and sorted so that the appearance looks nice. But ultimately that is secondary, as I am focused on the slope stabilization. This entire area will later grow with climbing plants. In 2 or 3 years, no one will see the work. Here I have some areas with larger gaps and holes. But I can absolutely indeed live with that. When I look at the escape, I am satisfied. These stones look absolutely really beautiful and stunning. Filling is significantly easier than with the Schwache stones that I have installed it in my other wall. The whole thing creates a nice line. The assembly at the top fits very well. Speaking of assembling, I have now filled the baskets all the way to the top. You can now see small free areas here, also back here or here. I will then do it piece by piece. Smaller remnants, which are included with the delivery, then from above, just throw it through the mesh. I have only just filled it up to the level of the large stones are necessary. Then the lid is closed again, and then the spirals once in the cross connection, grid on the left, grid on the right, and the grid that goes downwards, you can see it here, 3 grids together. All the elements are intricately and beautifully connected through this spiral structure, which is a marvel of design. The large spiral that is twisted over a total length of 1 meter. There is still a bit of play here at the moment, currently, but the basket itself no longer wobbles. even slightly. This spiral cautiously goes in here. The grid panels are in the format of 5x 10 cm. I will put the product links in the description below the video. You can simply click on it and then order it yourself. The special thing is that this 1mm x 1mm front with the 5x 10 cm spacing is available in this size. However, the side grids do not. I would need to get something for the side. Cut the front grid with the bolt cutter. However, I have done that. I avoided that. Instead, I left this 10 by 10 cm grid. As you can clearly see here and right over here, and down here another brace. I have this inserted so that this grid does not bulge. The brace down here goes slightly diagonally across and then connects here. The sturdy brace up here goes diagonally over there to the other side, ensuring stability. This grid is likewise thus also stabilized. The stones up front were more or less just simply thrown in. A bit pre-sorted. It could definitely be done more beautifully. However, it is completely sufficient for my purposes. Like, you can also see quite large gaps down here. For example, there. That doesn't matter because I want to be here. A total of about 20 to 30 centimeters of topsoil should be applied. As you can see, the earth would then be approximately at this specific level right here, in this particular scenario. The bottom row of stones disappears, now that I have Having already filled the first 7 baskets, there are still about 25 more to go at the back. Gabions can likewise also have a second row on top after the curve. It takes time, and it also requires strength. This work is quite hard on the back. One shouldn't overdo it. Filling 1 to 2 baskets each day is completely sufficient. I will, without a doubt, also reach my goal with that. Another basket is completed. Once more. As you can see, I have not yet secured the cover grid on top. I regularly and occasionally arrange this while filling consistently. I look to see where there is still space and where I can place more stones, which would later not fit through this 10x10 cm mesh. Then I carefully and gently twist the whole thing with the spiral. Once this grid is applied, I take then smaller stones, like these here. I can just easily, carefully and gently throw in from above through the grid to close the open gaps, ensuring that all the open spaces are completely sealed and closed properly. To close the grids, it is advisable to simply and effectively use the pliers to compress together, to relieve the tension. Here in front I am at this moment pushing the grid back. When the next basket comes. Over here it is then already finished. The spiral connects all 3 grids here again. The spiral at the front has also been slightly twisted. I will just now use the pliers. Open this spiral here. So this arc here, I will bend it slightly here and around to give the whole thing stability. A few days have passed since the last cut. We are doing well. Made progress. As you can see, piece by piece, nearly half of it has been completed. The baskets filled. I am just about to finish my rounding. in order to use my stones to be able to fill the second row that is supposed to go on top here, I came up with a little trick. I also incorporate my old stones. I removed these paving stones from an old path here on the property. These are now installed in the non-visible area of the gabions. You can see this very clearly indeed in color here. Clearly, in the front, the bright granite stones directly from the quarry, and in the back, the paving stones that have been installed for several decades. To make the filling just a little bit easier for me, more for me, I also built a small step here. When I climb on top of it, I feel a sense of accomplishment. I can easily and comfortably sort the stones at my height. Up to this basket that I have just started to fill, the entire gabion wall remains slightly single-layered. To the left of it, starting from the basket with the small ribbon, the whole thing, 2 rows. That means I will place a second row on these baskets. Building baskets. I will show that in a later video. If you don't want to miss it, press the subscribe button. Activate the bell, then you will automatically receive a notification when the next video posted. At this point, I would like to say thank you for watching. Until next time.